Hello, I'm Sarah Finch, CEO of the Marches Academy Trust. We have for a long time been an extremely bold and courageous multi-academy trust, going places that other people haven't gone and creating magical moments for our children and young people across the trust. Today is about building on that sense of connection across the trust, ensuring that everybody, staff, governors, trustees, children, young people, parents, and our communities feel connected and engaged with the family of schools. Because it's you, it's each and every one of you that will help this family of schools move forward. September 2023, we welcome Idsall School into our trust. As a family of schools, we now serve 6,000 children. We have 895 staff, and that marks an important moment for us. It's crucial at this time, not just because of our size, but also of the things that are happening around us, for us to focus on engagement and value of everybody within the trust. Recent NHS data shows that under 18s, there are 3 times more referrals for mental health conditions than we had back in May 2019. It's important that we recognise these difficulties, these barriers, and as a family of schools, we work collectively and consistently to engage with all of our children and young people so that they can feel confident, self-assured, and make the most of their time in our schools so that they reach their true potential in the future. In September 2019, we talked as a family of schools about the importance of our village that raises a child. This is backed up by research by Susan Pinker, a social researcher. Her research demonstrates that human beings feel happier and healthier when they get that face-to-face human connection. And that's been a big part of what we've attempted to do so far as a family of schools. We have realised for a long, long time how important it is that our schools work together collectively for the good of each and every child and young person in our family of schools. As a trust, when we get together in our conferences, in our network groups, there's a sense of joy and happiness that you can actually tangibly feel. The social researcher Durkheim explains that collective effervescence happens when we feel connected and we have a sense of communal emotion that connects us to something bigger. And we intend to continue to build on those opportunities for everybody to have that face-to-face connection to ensure that everybody feels part of the whole. I want to remind you of a quote by Dr. Maya Angelou. "You're only free when you realise you belong every place, no place at all. The price is high, the reward is great." And Maya Angelou demonstrated throughout her life that she was confident in the person she was. That didn't mean she didn't make mistakes. That meant she accepted herself for who she was, accepted the mistakes, but learnt from them. It's important that we instill that confidence in our children and young people, that they can accept themselves, warts and all, and carry on learning. We are a trust that needs to be able to be adaptive and flexible, to be able to meet the needs of our children and young people, but also the ever-changing world that we live in. And we know from experience that the world changes very rapidly. So as a bold trust, we need to keep on moving forward, keep on adapting. And it is through your work, your ideas, your discussions that we will move forward. I am sharing the Trust strategic priorities with you now, and we're looking to use your voice now to shape those priorities as we move forward. Our strategic priorities are people first, anytime, anywhere learning, belonging, and working today to protect tomorrow. At the core of everything we do as a trust are our values: excellence, integrity, empathy, creativity, and equality. When we go to all of our schools, we see our trust values being lived and breathed in our classrooms, offices, around the site, and in our community. I've seen over this past year fabulous examples. Lots of people from various different areas in the trust meeting at the Grange School to help them make quite significant changes to the building for September. I've seen in classrooms wonderful examples of great learning and engagement, particularly in early years when the curriculum comes to life. Last year we had EDIB ambassadors. Those ambassadors have made significant change in their schools. And we've seen that and felt that throughout each and every learning environment. Thank you to all the people that got involved in those projects and are continuing to move those forward throughout the next few years. The Big Sing was a joyous event where our children and young people came together and connected face to face. Other examples are the varsity competitions. Every age group in our family of schools gets involved in sporting competitions. And there is camaraderie, but true sportsmanship displayed at those events. And we see wonderful examples of children displaying our trust values. The Trust Awards were another significant moment where you identified staff in your school who exemplified the values. As I said earlier, the Trust's way forward is about your voice. We have identified a number of ways in which we will capture your voice. Through our Trust conferences, networking opportunities, our collaboration days, which were a new initiative last year, and a bold statement by the Trust that your time matters, that staff across the Trust collaborating together made a significant difference to the way forward for the Trust. A new initiative this year is our One Voice conference, where we're bringing together children from every school in the Trust. And they are going to design their own projects about how they want to move us forward. The varsity competitions will continue. And believe you me, every head teacher in our Trust wants to win that cup. We will continue to have Trust competitions, Trust staff awards, and staff wellbeing surveys. Our executive team will continue to visit schools on a weekly basis. You have asked that our executive teams take time to stop and listen to your voice when we're in your school, and we intend to do that. At all these events, and there are many of them, you will have the opportunity to listen and hear how your voice shapes the way forward for our trust. What do we want as a trust? Something very, very simple, and each and every one of you is capable of it. Get involved in the trust's way forward. Schools don't grow, people within them grow. Already many of you have helped shape the way forward. So each and every one of you, get involved. We want to continue to be a bold, forward-thinking trust.